So we all know that Tamil cinema is getting a lot more bigger in terms of the money that they're making worldwide. Films are being watched more than they ever have been before. And even countries that never played Tamil cinema movies before are starting to play them because of the general audience being very curious and wanting to see the films in the big screen. And with the expansion of Tamil cinema, that means also we're getting sequels to films. And unfortunately, there are franchises like Kanjana and Aramane, which in my opinion don't really need sequels in the first place. Those were decent films when they first came out, but when you go to a third and fourth installment on those franchises, they become very stale. So I made a list of movies that I think and deserve sequels to be made. Now, I didn't include movies like 24 and Vada Chennai because they are pretty much confirmed, but they're not like in development yet. Aayirathil 2 is obviously going to be made very soon too, so I didn't include that as well. But I included movies that almost had a sequel made, but they got canceled, or they deserve a sequel to be made in the first place. So here's the list of some movies that I think deserve a sequel to be made. So obviously Dhanush's character in Puthupette appears in Vai Raja Vai. It's not really a sequel, and even though it's kind of a shared universe, I consider a Puthupette 2 to be an interesting sequel idea because I would really love to see this character in the political field and doing the same scheming tactics that he did in the gangster world in the political field. Obviously, this one's a no-brainer, but I would love to see a Mangata 2. Venkat Prabhu has said that he's thought about making a sequel, but he's never written a script or even progressed with the idea. But it would be lovely to see Ajit and him team up for a sequel to this iconic film. Obviously, we've seen 2 films in the franchise, but I would love to see a third happen. And I think that Shiva is a great sarcastic actor, and it's kind of like our scary movie franchise, but in Tamil, so hope they make it one day. Obviously, at the end of Mirudan, there's a sequel being hinted at, but I would love to see a sequel where we see a zombie-affected city and how the people fight back against these zombies, and if Jam Ravi's the leader of the zombies, that would be kind of interesting to see too. I would love to see a sequel where in Kolamava Kokila 2, Nayanthara's character becomes like this kingpin Pablo Escobarian type of, cocaine dealer and like being this like drug lord. I think that would be an interesting way of going about for a sequel and possibly bringing in this like police character that could take her down. But yeah, it would be cool to see a sequel to this movie. Obviously, A.R. Murugadas has talked about a Tupaki 2, but sadly it never came to fruition. But maybe one day we'll see a sequel to this movie. Even in Kaka Kaka 2, I remember way back when Gautam Menon said that he had an offer in his hand to make a sequel in Serbia or somewhere like that. But yeah, it would be awesome to see a sequel for this movie. This would be a great sequel if they showed the daughter taking care of the father like 20 years later. And this would be such a fun sequel idea.